Barcelona has just returned home, and did it in a way that made the entire football world pause in anticipation. The first match at the new Camp Nou was a celebration, but behind the celebration, a storm is already forming. While the team is crushing Athletic and climbing to the top of the table, a completely different game is starting inside the club. Barça has received the first official offer, and Ter Stegen may leave as early as this winter. The race for the striker of 2026 is turning into a chess battle where any move can be decisive. Why did Barça prefer Harry Kane over Álvarez? Settle in comfortably. Let's break this down. Barcelona returned home, and did it exactly the way the fans had dreamed of. The first match at the renovated Camp Nou after 2 years of waiting became a true football celebration. 45,000 spectators, emotions, and a long-awaited comeback to a legendary stadium. All of this energized the team, and the result only strengthened the feeling that Barça is ready to rise again. At the beginning of the season, Hansi Flick said that playing at Camp Nou could elevate Barcelona to a new level, and the first match confirmed his words. The Catalans defeated Athletic 4-0, temporarily moving to the top of La Liga. The match started perfectly for the hosts. After high pressing from Gerard Martín and Eric Garcia, the ball was intercepted, and Robert Lewandowski scored the first goal of the new Camp Nou era. Athletic tried to answer with aggressive pressing, and the absence of Frenkie de Jong and Pedri was noticeable. They are the ones who normally give the team stability under pressure. But the mistakes in midfield were compensated by individual quality. Athletic had chances. Nico Williams and Unai Gomez both had excellent opportunities but failed to convert. Barça, however, was precise. Everything on the right flank was driven by Lamine Yamal. His magnificent Trivela assist set up Ferran Torres for the second goal. The score was 2-0 at the break, and although Barça didn't look dominant, they were clinical, taking every chance. After halftime, the game fully shifted under Barça's control. Athletic went down to 10 men. Oihan Sanchez received a straight red card for a reckless foul on Fermín López. VAR confirmed the decision. Just minutes later, Fermín scored the third, again thanks to excellent pressing work from Eric Garcia, who unexpectedly delivered one of his best performances of the season, playing as a defensive midfielder. He later received well-deserved applause from the stands. Ferran Torres finished the job with his second goal, completing the rout. But the real highlight once again belonged to Yamal. His solo run and pass to Ferran became the first true iconic moment of the new Camp Nou, a perfect symbol of a new beginning. Young players also drew attention. Dro Fernandez played 30 confident minutes. Matches like this help him grow. And Rafinha returned after injury and immediately threatened with a dangerous shot. In the end, Barcelona showed that coming home is not just about emotions. It's an impulse that can become the start of a new rise. Flick received everything he had been waiting for: the support of the fans, the energy of the stadium, the confidence of the players. And now, as the team reduces the gap to Real Madrid and takes first place at least for a day, the main question arises: can Barça turn this homecoming into a real path to the title? If you want, I can continue with Flick's tactical analysis, the impact of Pedri and de Jong returning, or how Camp Nou may change Barça's season. Barcelona has officially received the first offer for Marc-André Ter Stegen, and this may become the beginning of one of the biggest transfer stories of the winter. Spanish sources confirm that the goalkeeper, who not long ago was the face of the club and one of the key hopes for the season, now stands on the verge of leaving. Turkish club Beşiktaş has taken a concrete step and submitted an offer to Barça, a loan deal for Ter Stegen until the end of the season with an option to buy for 8 million euros. And what is important, the option is not mandatory, meaning the Turkish side wants to test the player first but is ready to cover his entire salary until the end of the season. That is a serious gesture from a club that desperately needs reinforcement in the goalkeeper position. Beşiktaş interest is not accidental. The club's sporting director, Eduard Graf, who previously worked with Borussia Dortmund, is the key figure trying to convince Ter Stegen to accept the move. The Turkish club's management is convinced that the German goalkeeper can become the central element of their project for the spring. Ter Stegen's situation at Barcelona is indeed complicated. He has lost his starting spot to Joan Garcia. And this is not just a coaching decision. It is a strategic view of the club's long-term future. For Ter Stegen, however, regular playing time is crucial now, with the 2026 World Cup ahead. If he wants to be Germany's first-choice goalkeeper, he cannot remain on the bench. This is why the offer from Turkey might become a realistic option. But there is no decision yet. Ter Stegen has taken a pause and, according to Spanish media, is waiting for other options. It is very possible that more clubs will appear in winter, offering a more ambitious project or a more competitive league. For Barcelona, the situation is also not straightforward. On one hand, the team has already moved to a new first-choice goalkeeper, and Ter Stegen's role in the structure is gradually disappearing. On the other hand, the buyout fee of only €8 million looks symbolic for a goalkeeper of his level. Yet in the current situation, where the club needs to reduce the wage bill, even such a deal may look reasonable. Now everything depends on Ter Stegen himself. He has received the first official offer, but it is far from certain that it will be the last. The winter window may bring new options, and then he will have to make a quick decision. A new transfer idea is rapidly gaining momentum in Catalonia, and it concerns one of the biggest names in European football. Harry Kane is once again on the front pages of the Spanish press, and now his name is being seriously discussed inside Barcelona as a possible striker for 2026. The situation is developing in such a way that the interest in the England captain has not just returned, but has become a strategic option. According to Mundo Deportivo, Kane's stock within Barcelona is rising, and the club is increasingly considering him as a candidate for a signing next summer. The reason is simple. The transfer is realistic and solves a very specific problem for the team. Until recently, the main candidate was Julian Álvarez, young, dynamic, versatile, and ideal for a long-term project. But in recent weeks, this scenario has become much more complicated. Álvarez publicly admitted that he does not know where he will be next summer, but Atletico's leadership, through Enrique Cerezo, immediately made it clear that they are not planning to sell the Argentine. And if he leaves, it will only be for a massive fee. Barcelona understands this perfectly. Álvarez is expensive, complicated, and practically unavailable. And this is where Harry Kane enters the stage. Kane's contract with Bayern includes a buyout clause of €65 million. For the top-tier striker market, it is a number that can be negotiated. Moreover, Barcelona believes Kane can deliver immediate results. His adaptation to Bayern has been excellent, the statistics are impressive, and his 127 career assists show that he is not just a goal scorer, but a forward who influences the entire team's play. This combination, price, experience, and instant impact, makes Kane the preferred option. Barcelona still values Álvarez very highly, but believes he is not as guaranteed a source of goals as Kane. And convincing Atletico to sell one of their key players is an almost impossible mission. That is why the club is now at a point of reflection. No decision has been made yet, but the planning for the summer of 2026 has already begun, and the striker issue will have to be considered very seriously. In the coming weeks, this rumor will only grow stronger because Barcelona must decide which direction it will take next summer. Kane or Álvarez? Two options, two different profiles, and two different strategies. One is a guarantee of immediate results. The other is a long-term project with a high price and enormous risks. And now the main question is, which path will Barcelona choose? The stadium has returned. The team has returned. But many challenges still lie ahead. Leave a like, subscribe, and we will continue to follow how Barça builds a new era.